Next up, Jose Aldo versus Marlon Vera. Man, another great fight. Aldo has 16 wins by knockout. Vera has 6 wins by knockout, but also 8 by submission. Aldo is in a bit of a Pettis situation, as I mentioned before. You know, he's lost a lot of great fights, but they were against top tier fighters, and he's beat some of those great fighters as well. So even recently, like, although he's had losses, like, they've been good, decent competitive fights. Vera, though, he's been improving and legitimately becoming a threat over time. He completely shut down Sean O'Malley, and I don't care what you say about, he hit a nerve, blah, blah. How many other fighters have you seen do that? Name one, right? So when you see a fighter able to do that, you know, they have this tool in their tool belt that they can use that other fighters are now gonna be aware of, right? Aldo's gonna come into this fight expecting that same leg kick, and he's gonna try to avoid it before it even happens, I promise you. So Vera doesn't even have to use that kick. He could just threaten it and just, you know, feint the kick, or, you know, just pretend that he's gonna throw a kick just to scare Marlon or just to scare Aldo early on. Vera's also on a 6-fight win streak. And I mean, although Aldo has had a bumpy run recently, as I mentioned, he has had good fights and he's looking way better. I do have a lot of questions in regards to Aldo's future and his abilities to compete at the top level, at least. And another problem here is that Vera does usually start off slow and will look to play the stand-up game and maybe against the cage and sort of beat Aldo over time. I think fight IQ is going to play a huge factor in this fight as well. You know, which of these guys is going to have the better game plan and strategy going in and then round by round. And going back to the leg kicks, like, not only does Vera have good leg kicks, Aldo has good leg kicks. So will both these guys be avoiding each other's legs? Will both of these guys be kicking each other's legs? These are all the different dynamics that are going to determine who can win this fight. The problem here is that, like, Jose Aldo and Marlon Vera are really close in the rankings, so there's not many fights between them that they could have done. But I think this is a good test for Vera. You know, is he going to break the top 10? If he beats Jose Aldo, then he's in the top 10, and that'd be interesting to see. Or are we going to see Aldo hold his position in the top 10? I think this is a really important fight for Aldo, especially for his future. This is going to determine the path that both of these guys are going to take moving forward. Clearly, if Vera wins, he's going to be fighting against top 10 contenders. And I don't think he's going to be fighting against number 9 or 8. I think he might be fighting against number 6. They might start pushing him up if he looks really good in this fight. And I mean, if Aldo loses, then he's out of the top 10 essentially. So where does he go from here? I do see this fight staying on the feet. It's going to be a true test for both these guys. It's going to determine their path for sure. Is Vera for real? Is Aldo still in the game and at the top of the food chain? For now, I do have to side with Vera, just simply because he is winning the fights. He is improving. He is getting better. Not to take away from Aldo, but he's been around for a while. And he does fight a hard fight, but he just doesn't come through in the end and hasn't recently. So how could I pick him? I think a lot of people are on the Aldo hype train, and, you know, this isn't Jose Aldo from 4, 5, 6 years ago anymore, guys. You know, things happen. We move on. Anderson Silva, you know, he was once like the best of the best, and now you just don't want to see him fight. So for all that, I got Marlon Vera to win this fight. But guys, let me know what you think. Comment down below, because this is also one that I was really debating on. I have nothing against Aldo. I want, you know, all the best to him as a fighter. But when it comes to this fight right now and at this time, and given the circumstance, situation, and statistics, and what they have to show for it, I gotta go with Vera.